Welcome to Coffee and Books channel. In this video, we will present the summary of Origin by Dan Brown. Harvard professor of symbology Robert Langdon arrives at the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, eager to hear what scientific finding his former student, the now famous futurist Edmond Kirsch, will reveal. Through an AI named Winston, which was designed by Kirsch using a supercomputer, Langdon is directed to a private gallery where he meets with a visibly distraught and exhausted Kirsch. The futurist explains that what he will announce could shift the human paradigm, and as a result, he is fearful. He reveals that 3 days prior, he met with the Parliament of World Religions, informing them of his discovery. He is afraid their leader, Bishop Valdespino, may act against him in hopes of stopping the release of his discovery. Langdon reassures his friend, telling him that Valdespino is a man of God, and he can't harm him. They part following Winston's instructions to the auditorium for the announcement. After a lengthy pre-recorded preamble about the importance of science over religion, Kirsch steps onto stage. Before he can deliver his announcement, however, he is shot and killed by Admiral Avila, a conservative former Spanish naval officer who was emotionally malleable after the death of his family in a cathedral bombing. Avila is a member of the Palmarian Church, radicalized by a man known as the Regent, from whom he gets his instructions. Langdon rushes to his deceased friend's side and meets Ambra Vidal, the museum's curator and a friend of Edmond Kirsch. She is also fiancée to Spanish Prince Julián, and thus the future Queen of Spain. Vidal confesses to Langdon that her fiancé may be involved in Kirsch's murder. She got a call from the royal palace asking her to let Avila inside as a guest to attend Kirsch's presentation. Langdon and Vidal then devise a plan to escape from the royal guards, taking Kirsch's futuristic phone with them. With Winston's help through the phone, they escape via Kirsch's private jet to Barcelona, where they search Kirsch's home for a 47-character password to unlock his presentation and broadcast it to the world. Langdon and Vidal believe that only by sharing the presentation can they fulfill Kirsch's last wish. In his apartment, they discover that he was ill. He had cancer. Langdon figures out that the password lies in a William Blake book, Kirsch's favorite author. This particular book was on loan to a nearby cathedral called La Sagrada Familia. They believe Bishop Valdespino is behind the attack on Kirsch, and on themselves, and that he orchestrates everything from his seat of power at the royal palace. As he is a very close friend of the King of Spain. They learn that the 2 other religious leaders in the Parliament of World Religions have been killed. In order to get Vidal back to the royal palace, the head of public relations, Monica Martin, falsely announces that she has been kidnapped by Langdon. Police locate the duo at Kirsch's Barcelona home and descend on the location, weapons firing. Meanwhile, 2 royal guards arrive via helicopter and rescue Langdon and Vidal from the roof. However, during the police chase and escaping, Kirsch's phone dropped from Ambra's hands and was destroyed, containing Winston and the key to launching the presentation. While on the way to the palace, Vidal convinces the guards to obey her wish to visit the cathedral, so they can retrieve William Blake's book, where they hope to uncover Kirsch's password. At La Sagrada Familia, they meet Father Bena, an open-minded priest who helps them find the Blake book, which reveals the password. However, Admiral Avila, instructed by the Regent, locates them at the church and attacks. He kills 2 royal guards before attacking Langdon's group. In a hand-to-hand confrontation, Langdon is successful, and Avila is killed. They have the password, but without the phone they cannot access Winston to launch the presentation. Vidal convinces the pilot to take them to a location Langdon claims houses the server containing Winston, so that they can enter the password manually. Langdon figured out the location of the server after puzzling over a self-portrait by Winston, which he realized was a map. They indeed find Kirsch's lab and servers, and with Winston's help, they launch the presentation. The presentation reveals that Kirsch sought to answer 2 fundamental questions: where did we come from? And where are we going? To do this, he built a supercomputer capable of running complex models designed to complete a project called the Miller-Urey experiment, which hoped to spark life using chemistry. The model reveals that life can indeed be sparked without a creator. Kirsch concludes from this data that there is no God, and that the cosmos was designed to dispel energy. Further, Kirsch's model works like a virtual time machine, and runs forward in time, answering the question of where humanity is headed. He explains that humans will become fused with another species, a non-living technological species, creating a hybrid future of human and machine intertwined into one, which he sees as optimistic and beautiful. After the presentation, Vidal returns to Prince Julián, who turns out to be innocent and had nothing to do with Kirsch's murder. Julian's father, the king, has died, leaving Julián as the new king of Spain. Bishop Valdespino dies by suicide after the death of his secret lover, the king and father of Prince Julian. Langdon gets a much-needed rest. In the morning, Langdon realizes that the regent is Winston, the AI machine created by Kirsch. Winston killed Kirsch due to his illness, as he had only a few weeks to live, and the murder would attract much more larger public for the revelation and presentation, and Winston was the mastermind behind the killing of the two religious leaders, as he feared they would interrupt Kirsch's presentation. Langdon confronted Winston, who confirmed his suspicions. Explaining that his mission was making Kirsch's presentation perfect and attracting the largest audience possible by any means, horrified, Langdon smashes his phone, and was glad that Winston was programmed to self-erase after the end of the presentation. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more.